some of the circumstances and clients that I've been with where talking about Agile just doesn't seem to resonate. They want to understand how it's going to fit in their context, how it's going to solve their business problems, how it's going to make them more successful. And I found that trying to talk about the values and the principles on more of a management or executive level, their eyes kind of glaze over and they're like, yeah, this is all well and good. We want to be a $10 billion company, and how are you going to help us do that? It ended up kind of being focused on getting to the goal together as a team instead of doing Agile. So I think also what contributed to this was a lot of open conversations that I've had with other folks about, are we doing Scrum right? Are we doing our stand-up right? Are we doing this practice right? Instead of focusing on why are we doing these practices in the first place. So, I don't know, just some of my experiences have been with clients or other people that just seem to be confused about what Agile is. So just kind of getting me thinking, is the message that the community as a whole is sending out, how is that resonating with people who actually want to get results? How do they want to use these to get success in their organization? Whether it means a better culture, working together better, the bottom line, et cetera, et cetera. So I came away with some great takeaways for myself personally that's going to help me with coaching. But that's about it.
Thank you. Okay, now Dale, Dave?
Sorry about that, Dave. Dale's is even equal to it. What is it about what we're doing that sucks so much? Well, we accept bugs, defects in software as inevitable. Concept there, Google it, called normalization of deviance. It led to 2 shuttle failures, 14 people killed. Those are the big high-profile things, at least on lots of other issues. Even things like Toyota pressing the brakes and, well, nothing happens for a second. Lots of fun there. We put up with unrealistic demands and expectations coming down on us that we cannot fulfill, or we can only fulfill with heroism that leads to crap later on. The get her done mentality. We slacked off with respect to discipline in our processes. We don't do testing when we think we should, when we know we should, basically. We're not committed to lifetime learning, necessarily. People get in their pigeonhole. I'm a .NET developer, I'm a VB developer, I'm a COBOL developer, and you stay there for life. It's not like that. Got to keep learning, got to keep learning. Slippery slope, accepting bugs. Once you go from 0 defects to, well, we've got all the critical ones, so these little low priority ones, we can get away with those. All the way down, keep going down. What kind of bugs? How do we unsuck? That's one for all the testers in the room. You'll gasp after you hear eliminate downstream QA as a separate function. Move QA right into the start of the process. Nothing new. Integrate. Get the teams together. Get people working together. Stop externalizing. It's not my problem. I'm just a developer. I have testers with it. Externalizing things to QA, product support, solution implementation teams. That's okay. But one thing that I want to point out. Key point. Okay. Key point. The 0 defects society. 0 defects it's not only a dream, it is easily attainable. It will take time, but you just have to commit to it. Just the same as people commit to eradicating smoking. It's a generational thing. It has to start places like this, at universities. It has to start in high schools. That kids understand that you can write software with 0 defects, commit to it, and just do it.
Failure case does the right thing. No way. How do you not inform your culture?
We talked about how do you transform a hero culture, so people who like to be heroes in their organizations and management who like to support heroism in the organization.
So the first place to start is stop thinking about the heroes and focus on the team culture. So building the team culture.
You want to shift the focus away from individuals and shift the focus to the team.
Daniel Pink is really instrumental here. If you haven't seen his TED Talk, go see it, on the science of motivation.
So we're looking at how to shift the focus away from the individuals towards the team. So things that you can do with the person. Encourage pairing activities, whether it's with programming, testing, writing, whatever it happens to be.
Part of it is about servant leaders. So people in there are on the team to support each other and help each other and accomplish goals as a team.
Start learning about the root cause. Why are people behaving as heroes? Why do they want to be heroes? What are their motivations? Look at the root causes there and start addressing those.
All right, focusing people on collaboration, working together to accomplish a result as a team. Again, shifting towards the team focus.
One key thing that comes out of Dan Pink's talk is remove bonus programs. Get rid of individual bonus programs, team-based bonus programs. Get rid of those as incentives.
Another idea is cross-training matrix. So you have an idea of what technical skills different team members have, as well as what domain knowledge different team members have. So you can figure out where the gaps are, so where you can actually have knowledge and learning between team members, so you don't have those holes and you need to have heroes, because you're the only person who knows it.
And the other is as coaches or as individuals on teams, address the team, not individuals. Encourage management to do the same. Have them talk to teams, not to individuals on the team.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you learn Agile programming?
I'm over here.
Oh, you're over there?
Hello.
Everybody look over there. Oh, up in the air.
Yeah,
10 seconds. Starting now.
So the question was, what is programming excellence? What is Agile programming and how do we learn it? And we started by first bemoaning the lack of support we have gotten below these last 50 years from computer science departments and curriculum. And it took a little while, but we got over that. We decided, you know, if we're going to get guidance in what it means to be an excellent software craftsman, and if we're going to evolve new curricula, new learning systems, it's going to be us. It's going to be people like people in this room that are going to do it. So we talked about that for a while. People wanted some distinctions between, you know, the old way of hacking software to bits and the big ball of mud programming versus true software craftsmanship and programming excellence. And we talked a little bit about the characteristics of those things. I pitched this idea that one thing we can teach programmers first, this book that Mike Hill and I are writing, is how to get a really small chunk of class, how to get a class mostly right. It turns out that if you do that, teach this to people, there's only a small handful of things you need to learn first. And you can practice those over and over and over. And I invited the people in the group, and I think a bunch of them have agreed to participate. I invited them to email me to get some of the first draft breakable toys learning code bases that we're working on. And by we, I actually mean a much larger community. So there's this group called the Agile Skills Project that was founded last year. And that's a perfect segue into what we talked about next, which is that there is an entire software craftsmanship movement. So there is a group called Software Craftsmanship North America. We've had one conference so far. We're going to have many more. Last year was in Chicago. There are books, and there are terms of art, and there are practices, and there are companies, and there's a whole community dedicated to changing this as a community. And let's see. I'll leave it. Oh, no, I won't leave it.